It's been quite the turnaround for the Florin High baseball program over the past couple of seasons. The Panthers erased a 21-year playoff drought just 2 years ago and are in contention for their first league title since 1995. And right at the forefront of this upswing is senior Mason McNany.
First thing I noticed about Mason was he was hustling to practice every single day, running from his car. Never had to ask him twice about anything. Easy to coach, just a really hard-working kid, And first impression was probably the best first impression you get from a student athlete as a coach. He's an RBI machine. He's a bulldog on the bump. He competes. He goes after everyone. He doesn't back down.
I really love how you can work for something. Some other sports it's like, if you're not tall, if you're not this or not athletic, you're not going to be as good. But baseball, that those things do help. But you could still outwork someone.
But even for a workman-like athlete like Mason, he still has his limitations, mostly stemming from a genetic blood disorder with which he was diagnosed at birth.
I have a family history of hemophilia in my family. I lost an uncle in his mid-40s, and of course I have grandparents and great-grandparents whose life was significantly impacted by hemophilia, mobility issues, and a shortened lifespan.
Basically what it is it's a protein deficiency, or in some cases it's completely missing in the blood, which basically stops your blood from clotting. So that can cause continuous bleeding internally and externally. Even a pulled muscle or something like that, it could start out as a pulled muscle, but it continues to bleed internally and could get even worse.
We kind of take a little precaution. He has to get cleared through a doctor and everything. But how it's affected his play, you can't even tell. He just plays through everything.
Over the years, I've definitely gotten better at recognizing when I'm having a bleed. It feels a lot different than being sore, for sure. It's more of like a sharp pain. Resting it and icing it and things like that just really don't help at all.
Despite all of the very real and dangerous risks of competing as a hemophiliac, you won't find Mason far from the baseball diamond.
Getting hit with the baseball is always a little bit scary for me, a lot of times the bruises can swell up to about like that.
He took a line drive off his neck last year and looked at me and said, "I'm fine." And he walked off the mound and everything. And I'm like, "You got to go."
I had to be rushed to the hospital, so they were really worried about the kind of bleeding in the neck area.
Doctor was saying, "Hey, you need to heal like that. You go out there and play the next game. You could seriously hurt yourself." And he wanted to play the next game because we're playing a league rival. And we're like, "There's no way we're going to let you play the next game." The doctor says, "No, you're not playing at all." And he really wanted to play.
Pretty recently, I found out I had a stress fracture in my back. And that was a couple visits to the hospital. I had to probably stop pitching for, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Chopping the bit to get out there and do something to positive for the team and everything. He's a tough kid. He's tougher than a lot of kids I know.
Mason knows he's fortunate to be covered with good health insurance, so he spends a lot of time advocating for legislature to be passed to help others in his situation who might not be so lucky.
My medicine is very expensive. I'm moderate, but, so I take it when needed. But some people take this medication every day, so their copays can be, upwards of $5,000 a month.
He currently has wonderful health care and wonderful access to quality medications, and it's been a passion of his to ensure that continues, but also to expand that access to kids who might not, and adults who might not have that same privilege that he has.
Not having access to medication can really hinder people from this. I want everyone to kind of share the same experiences as me. If I wasn't on my mom's health care, I don't know if I'd be able to do this, if the medicine was so hard to get. So I want everyone to kind of experience what I've experienced,
Being limited to mostly non-contact sports, Mason also recognizes how lucky he is to be able to play the game he loves.
I think his life would be substantially different and not for the better if he didn't have baseball.
I think that sports have taught me a lot of life lessons. Probably one of the biggest things is how to deal with pressure and adversity, for sure.
But I think baseball is like his outlet, right? His outlet to go out there and just be a different person. To kind of put that mask on or put that hat on and be that baseball player. Baseball, especially in this program, has helped him, be part of a family.
And while he focuses on his baseball family during his senior year, his teammates and coaches feel fortunate to have him along for the ride as well.
Overall, great person, a great student, and a great hardworking athlete. So, they come, once every 3 or 4 or 5 years if you're lucky. I'm pretty tough, and I don't know if I could do what he does, Imagine what he goes through and everything, and then he comes out here and grinds 6 days a week. It's amazing.
As of now, I'd like to continue my baseball career. I definitely think my future would be in medicine. I'd really like to go into medicine. I'm really interested in the field of psychiatry, but I'd also be very interested in the field of hematology. I'm very fortunate, to be in the situation that I'm in, and I know not everyone's going to have the same kind of experience that I have, with so much support that I'm given. I'm really blessed.
From Florin High School in Sacramento, I'm Nick Pecoraro, and this is Premier Preps.